Hello friends and felines, and welcome back to my channel. And it is finally June, so that means it is once again Pride Month. Now I think that this month is going to be even more important than any other Pride Month because there's just so much going on in the world, so much pain, anguish, and sorrow, not just because of those that are in the community, but for just America as a whole. We're still going through this global pandemic. We are going through the, horribleness of police brutality and just unfairness and racism and all of that stuff. So it's just a lot to think about. It's just too much for me personally. Like, I want to go into law enforcement. I really want to get into that career. Some people might be afraid that this isn't the right time to get into that career. But I know personally that I want to do so much better than those that have come before me. If I get into law enforcement, I know that I'm going to be a role model for what police should be. Now, I want to be a crime scene investigator, but in order to become that, I have to kind of be on the road doing regular patrols. So I want to be able to help others, educate them, let them know that everyone has implicit bias. But if we are aware of our own implicit biases, we can educate ourselves to figure out how we can act based on those biases and not do, horrible things like what happened with George Floyd and countless others. I want to be able to show that the police as a whole is not someone to be feared, but someone that can actually help and protect the public. I feel like most times when we see a police officer on the street or driving behind us on the road, we don't feel like, oh my gosh, I'm safe. We're like, oh, there's a cop behind me, I better slow down. I may make sure I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. So I just think that that is just the wrong image for law enforcement as a whole. Law enforcement's out there supposed to protect us, to keep us safe. And right now with everything going on, it's not happening. Isn't that right, Artemis? But as it is Pride Month and how we should be loving each other and we can't be out there, parading and celebrating the LGBTQIA plus community, make sure that you guys are out there loving one another, giving virtual hugs, virtual high fives, elbow touches, making sure you guys just love each other. Whether you're a part of the community or not, whether you come from a different background, a different skin color, a different country, religion, it doesn't matter. Just love each other and just keep each other together. If we get through this together and we support one another, we will make it through 2020 alive. At least, hopefully. So I will get off my little soapbox so we can actually play with some makeup today. So it is Pride Month, and that obviously means, yes, again, another rainbow look. I did one last year. That was kind of like my first really getting into color with my James Charles palette. I did a rainbow look, and then I did a bisexual pride flag look as requested by one of my friends. So today I'm just going to start off with another rainbow look, but trying to do something a little bit different than I've done before. So if you guys have any personal requests for me to do a makeup look based on your pride flag, just let me know down below in the comments. But other than that, I think I have a couple of looks set aside. Last year I only did 2, so hopefully I could do more than 2 looks during this month to help show my support for all of those in the community. So if you guys would like to see the type of rainbow look I do today, then you should definitely keep on watching. So for today's look, I'm mostly going to be going ahead and using the Jawbreaker palette by Jeffree Star. The last time I did a rainbow look, I used the James Charles palette, so I feel like I want to branch out and try a different rainbow palette. So this one has most of the colors that I'm going to be using for today. Again, I'm just going to be doing a rainbow look. But there isn't really a good purple in here. The only purple is kind of like a shimmer sparkle purple. So for the purples and like pinks and magentas or whatever, I'm also going to dip into the Bloodlust palette because obviously it has some good purples. So before we go into eyeshadow, I'm going to do the base on my makeup first, and I'm going to go ahead and use primer. So today, finally, for the first time, I'm going to be using the JUNO & Co. Moonshine Miracle Cream Primer. I've heard so many people recommend this and have very, very good reviews. So I'm excited to give this a try. I already opened it, but I kind of want to unpackage it with you guys because the packaging on this is just sublime. So it's got a cute little star on the front, and then this slips off like this. So then we have another nice elegant box, and then you carefully open this without ripping it. So then it just kind of opens up like this, and then it says, "You got it glowing on. Apply cream to face and neck with a gentle massage until fully absorbed." Then it says, "Close your eyes and make a wish." You open it again, and then it says, "Baby, you're a star." And then you open it up, and then it's right there, kind of looking, oops. So then you have it looking kind of like spaceshipy, very cool, definitely a unique packaging. I feel like it's very elegant, but like it's not like super pricey. Speaking of space, by the way, did anyone see that SpaceX launch? Amazing. I love space. I always wanted to be an astronaut when I was little. I've got my little space buns going. So if you can already tell what the theme of today's look is, then you probably should keep on looking. So let's open this up. I feel like it was gonna smell really nice, but honestly I don't think it does. It almost reminds me of like slime. If anyone else used to make their own slime when they were little, that's what it smells like. But I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this all over my face. It's definitely on the thicker side, so it's like very moisturizing. I don't have any moisturizer on right now. Tisk me, but I went for a run earlier today and I didn't shower yet, so that's how gross I am. But just wanted to get this filmed. So this definitely feels very, very moisturizing. I'm curious to see how it's going to be as a primer though, and if it's going to like help my makeup stick to my face. All right, so I went ahead and applied my foundation. I just went in with a kind of light layer of the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth in the shade 125 Nude Beige. And now I'm going to go in with concealer, and I'm going to be attempting to see if my new Jeffree Star concealer actually is a good shade for me. I bought this online, so it's kind of hard to tell, but I kind of went for the cool undertone with a rose hint. So this was C4, so hopefully this is a good shade. Also, I was very upset because it came in the mail. I ordered it from Beautylish, and the star had broken off, so I had to Gorilla Glue it to the component because it's just gorgeous, like it's a wand. So hopefully it will stick and not fall off. But I'm hoping this shade will work. So this definitely is a light shade. It's definitely going to be a lot of a brightening shade. So as long as I don't like use this to conceal any like spots around my face, it should work. So you guessed it, the crazy brushed up brows are back.
But your girl is excited
because I'm finally getting my hair done in like a week. So I'm gonna be cut, gonna be colored, gonna be waxed. It's gonna be gorgeous. Gorgeous, I say. But anyways, back to the makeup. The C4 shade of the Jeffree Star concealer was a little too light for me, which is, you know, kind of sad, especially since I'm going into summer. So I really don't think it's going to work out. I mean, I can get it to work. It just requires a little bit more work and powder and baking. But it definitely will work for a primer for the lid before eyeshadow. But I definitely need to go a little bit darker if I want to get another Jeffree Star concealer. So that kind of sucks. But that's what you get for buying online, which is why I need the stores to open up again, because I need a new summer shade of foundation, but I'm not about to go and buy stuff online if I don't know what shade I'm getting. And then if you think about it, if the stores actually do open up when you can go in the stores, it's not like they're going to be able to swatch makeup. They're not going to be able to like color match you. Like it's going to be too much personal contact. So who knows if I'll be able to get a summer shade of foundation or not. Who knows when like things will actually go back to normal, when we're not scared to touch people, because I'm a hugger. I miss hugs. I miss giving hugs. And with it being Pride Month, there needs to be an abundance of hugs being spread, but we can't, which is sad. Alrighty then, it is time for some color. So we're gonna first start off with the Jawbreaker palette, and I'm gonna go, I think, starting in the inner corner and then working my way out to go from like lighter to darker colors. So it's kind of gonna go all the way around here. I'm gonna throw some stars in with some Drug Lord by Jeffree Star, and hopefully it'll turn out okay, and a little bit Space Age to go along with my JUNO & Co. Moonshine Primer, the Space X Launch, and my Space Buns. So let's get started. All right, so first I'm gonna go with yellow because this is gonna go in the inner corner. So I'm gonna use the shade Wow right up here. And I'm gonna use kind of a smaller, fluffier, flat type brush. This is the M456. So we're gonna build this up slowly. I haven't played around with the Jawbreaker palette too often. Because I think every time I wanted to go for colors, I went with the James Charles palette, to be honest. So I don't remember or know how these are going to perform, but we shall see. So this is kind of going in the inner corner and then leading into the top and lower parts of the eye. And we're just going to slowly build up to try to get some pigment payoff. And all the shades I'm going to use today are going to be mattes. I might throw in a little bit of glitter, but all the eyeshadows themselves are just going to be matte shades. Because I really just want a good blend. I don't want any single color standing out too much. Hi, so I went in with the shade Sour right down here, and I'm putting this on my lower lash line and blending it in with that yellow in the inner corner. So I'm using the same exact brush, just kind of like the opposite side, so it's nice and fluffy, and I'm not worrying about going too crazy with my lower lash line because it's going to be kind of all in my eye socket. So I'm kind of like extending the colors past where they actually are going to end up. That way there's a little bit of pigment and I can blend it in with the next shade, and hopefully it will be a seamless transition. All right, so now with a new brush, this is the M433. I'm gonna go in with the orange shade, which is called Suck, which is right up here. This is gonna go into my top part of my lid and blend it in with the yellow. I am finding, I feel like that these shades are a little bit more pastel-y than like the James Charles palette, but we'll see if we can build up some more pigment. All right, so now continuing on the top lid, I'm gonna go in with the shade Licorice. Right up here, that is the red color, using the same brush, just kind of the opposite side, and kind of buffing and blending that in. And I'm basically just going in with the rough sketch of where the colors are going, and then I can go back, buff and blend some more, and build up that pigment to the opacity that I would like it to add. So I just want to make sure that I have enough room for all the colors of the rainbow. All right, so now back to the lower lash line. Sorry if this is confusing, I'm kind of jumping all around, but it makes sense in my mind. I'm gonna start working in some of the blues. So it's a mixture of 3 different shades that I would like to use. So the first one is Cute. Right here, this is kind of more of a teal color. And then I wanna go over to Brain Freeze, which is more of a pastel blue. And then work in this deep blue right here, which is called Soaked. So I'm gonna kind of mix all those colors in down here, and then try to leave some room out for the purple and like magenta shades to bring it full circle around and keep building it outward to fill out like my whole eye socket. So for this, I'm gonna use a smaller buffer crease brush, which is the M506 brush. So this Cute shade is definitely
Cute.
but it is the perfect transition shade between green and blue. It's like that perfect mint teal color, which I am living for. Like, this color is just one of my favorites. I wouldn't mind just doing like a monochromatic look using this shade. That's kind of why like I really want the Mint to Be palette by ColourPop. So I just think like mints and teals are so in, and they're so cute. Alright, so now we're going to hop over to the Bloodlust palette for some purple. We're going to go in with the shade Blood Queen right here, which is a very nice bold purple, which I think will blend in, hopefully, with the deeper blue out here. And then I might mix in some other shades to blend it out. Like this shade, Scandal Water, is a nice periwinkle shade. Maybe I'll blend in a little bit of that. And then I'm not sure, but we'll work it back around to figure out how to blend it in back with the red shade. So for this, I'm going to go in with a nice fluffy brush because now we're getting like way out here. And this is the M441 brush. Oh, see, immediately that pigment is just... Alright, so to blend the purple and the red together, I'm going to go in with this shade High King right down here, which is a little bit more of a magenta shade. There's definitely like a little bit of a red undertone to that purple. And then I'm going to go in with Cherry Wet in the Jawbreaker palette right here, which is kind of like a red with cool purple undertones. So the one thing with rainbow looks is I feel like I use all of the brushes that I own just to get all of the colors together. Alright, so now I'm just going to go back, buff this out, and keep working it and make it even bigger and bolder. I feel like every time I do any type of rainbow look or a look that involves multiple colors, I always neglect some colors and give more color, other colors like more space on my eye, if that makes sense. So like right now, I feel like my yellow and orange, red shades are kind of dominating the space that I have allotted for this look. But we'll make work. I don't know. This yellow shade is being a little bit tricky though. Like I'm trying to build it up and then it just like overpowers the orange, and then I try to blend the orange in and then it takes away from the yellow. So it's kind of an endless battle. All right, so I think this eye, as far as eyeshadow goes, is complete. Every time I do like a look like this, it takes a lot of colors, a lot of brushes, a lot of buffing and blending and playing with. I'm always like, wow, look how it came out. And then I realize I have to do the other eye. So I'm not going to worry about any liner on the top lash line. So I'm just going to go in with my NYX Retractable Eyeliner in white for my lower waterline. Now I'm going to place a few stars in within this eyeshadow area. So I'm going to use the M250-0. It is a very thin liner brush right here. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Drug Lord Velour Liquid Lipstick by Jeffree Star, his nice white that I use pretty much just for white liner and stuff like this. And I'm going to create some stars, or attempt to create some stars, to give this look a more space theme. Like a star, right? Totally doesn't look like a cross. So much easier to make stars on a canvas. It's a lot harder to try to do like art on your face. I mean, makeup is art on your face, but like not like this type of art. Like painting intricate things that look like real life paintings and stuff. It's crazy. I don't know how people do that. So I feel like from far away, it looks pretty decent. When I'm like looking up close, I'm like, But that's the same with like my regular paintings. Like I'll be looking at it and I'll be painting and like, this looks horrible. But then you gotta like hold it away from you and you're like, oh, dang, I did good. It's like once you see your painting up on the wall and you're staring at it from across the room, it definitely looks a lot better than looking at it up real close and seeing all the little imperfections. That's why super magnified mirrors are like the worst thing ever, because you like stare at it and you're like, is that a pimple? I need to pick it. But I know it's not gonna pop, but it's annoying me. I love mine, but also wish I never got one ever, because it is really bad. I like to pick at everything I see on my face. I think I'm gonna call that quits for this eye, and I'm gonna go attempt to do the same thing on the other eye. So I'll be back real quick. It'll probably be like an hour later, so I'm never going to bed. All right, so 8 eyeshadow brushes later, and this eyeshadow portion is all complete. But honestly, I thought I was going to use a lot more eyeshadow brushes, but I think I did a pretty good job. I'm loving how it is looking so far. I love the little stars, and again, they look a lot better from far away. But now we have to go in with lashes and mascara. So for mascara, I'm using my Big Tease by Buxom. And then for lashes, I'm gonna go ahead and try a new pair from Crave lashes. This is the style Cream Puff right here. So I didn't want anything that flared out like too far to cover up the lashes. So these ones kind of like flare out more in the middle of the eye and then less so on the corners. So I think this one will complement my look pretty nicely. So I'll go put these on and I'll be right back. Lashes and mascara are applied, and I also went ahead and with a little bit of glitter, I went in with the shade Aura in the glitter finish from the Tati palette, just to do a little bit more of a sparkle and give this look a little more pizzazz. So now we're gonna go in with lips. I'm gonna go in the shade Question Mark from Jeffree Star. This is a pink nude shade, so I want to keep the lip kind of simple because my eyes are pretty gray. So I think this shade is just a little bit more pink than I intended, but I still think it's pretty cute. It's not just like out there like bam pink, but I think it's girly and it's cute and it's working with this look. So as that is drying down, I'm going to go in with my Fenty Beauty Match Stix and Confetti. So this is kind of like a holographic purple shift to it. So I feel like it gives a little bit more of that space vibe. So I'm just going to roll this on first and then kind of buff and blend it out. So I'm kind of going to surround the whole eyeshadow area on both sides. And a little bit on the nose, on the very tip of the nose. So now I've got a couple of harsh lines, so I'm just going to go ahead and buff that out really quick. Now the highlighter is applied and it is popping and holographic. Gonna go in with my also Fenty Beauty. This is going to be the Gloss Bomb in Diamond Milk. So this is a clear lip gloss but with some glitter. So again, it's gonna give that space age effect. Okay, so I'm really happy with how this turned out. This was a lot of fun to create. It's not perfect. I could definitely work on some techniques, but overall, I love it. My boyfriend came in like halfway through too, and from afar he said it looked like someone threw one of those like color bombs at you, kind of like when you run a color run. And I said, perfect. Like, how can that be any more pride? All right, time to show it off. Friends, that is everything for today. I really like how this look turned out, and if you guys liked it as well, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you can see when I post another video based off another pride flag. With that being said, don't forget to leave it down below in the comments what your pride flag is and if you'd like me to create a look based off of it. Well, that's everything for today. I love you guys, and you subscribe to my channel. I welcome you to Feline family. Bye guys, and happy Pride. My cat literally just almost fell off the headboard, but okay.